A problem we've seen on the Astros so far is they're playing their stars like behind this line. Problem. We want to put aggressive conditioning stars a lot of the time. Like imagine if we had an aggressive conditioning star here and we fake smoke that and we actually peeked with 2 people. Perfect example. Do you think if Paper X starts to use meta comps, they'll do good? I don't know if they're going to become like. I think for the long-term longevity of the team, switching to meta comps is a good idea. Or like variations of meta comps. I don't know if their roster is fully built for it yet, but I guess this is what this year is about. Like feel it out a little bit. Most teams play Killjoy towards very hard on the B side of the map, whereas I quite like Killjoy. Like I don't mind it B side of the map, but I also quite like it around the center of the map. Very surprised here that we're not leaning away. We've got all this information and we're not leaning away to stack on our eco round. Very confused, quite honestly. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Like, luckily they're going away, but we know they're going to go away the moment he gets contact. Did I ever yell at your team in a timeout out of frustration? Maybe once in like 2021. And then I realized that it's not really a good idea. And yell? I'm not a yelling kind of guy, so like I'd never yell.
又是这个穿烟的 timing， 有人架，峰峰在架。一定要小心，这在亚海玄城当中吃到的亏太多了，尤其是这种穿烟出啊，包括是第2时间。
This is a hard read. We can't be talking about anti-strats in the off season. Like how? Right, guys. Okay, I'm gonna. If they're anti-strat in the off season, then they're not doing it. They should. Like, the last time this team played pro was 18 days ago. For 3 days. Like I need some outlook. Alex is doing the slap. I do the. Like he's doing that, I'm doing that. That's the difference in our philosophy, really, of coaching. Some say it might be the biggest difference. I like that Victoria was trying to butter me up as the assistant coach for Paper X. Did you see that on Stiggy's stream? I was like, Victoria, we'd want to murder each other. There's not a chance. Not a chance we'd want to coach together. If Paper X played meta comps, then I think I'd be useful, though. 看神父啊，梦叶特打掉2个，他在飘逸，但是小开终于抓住了他，也是摔了 A 大回逃。那现在包间里面变了，人他手里是一个黄怒加飞将的配比，想去再下人再打残局难度很高。push 是有点危险的，能不能再下掉一把呢？并没有给到变这样的机会。Problems in their map pool. Like, didn't they have like a permaban and they could their abyss their lotus was genuinely not that good, right? At champs, like their lotus was double dive and they haven't won lotus in like 7 games or something. I don't think it's overheating. It's their map pool. Their lotus was good during the season. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Apex lotus has generally been the weakest lotus in the world, though. Like that, Pacific has never been good at lotus. They refused until the best team started playing Viper or Tool. Like DRX and like Shenji got good at lotus last year, 2024, sorry. But beyond that, like they weren't very good at lotus.
峰峰的想法是什么呢？就他造一个击杀能踢，还是怎么说 ？A 点主要这张地图两侧包点轮转有点太远了。
Sunset was their best map. They still got mocked by EDG. Their sunset was weird. I watched a lot of their sunset. They could go B with extremely good like win rate, but they couldn't go A. Like I watched like 6 VODs. I didn't see them win A clean once, and when they went B, they win clean every time.
8秒钟时间，爆能器被击落，这一分已经没有悬念了。对，只能他们两个人去选择去断回防的一个选择。对面仅剩3人的情况下，确实进不去呀。看着要不要考虑没有办法单兵去抓人的 A 大争夺，但是反手对面丢闪光出来 ，TE 的一个速度被控慢了，而且因为有鬼眼的存在，小开上来又只有半血了。
Right, fast A main control.
现在峰峰进点的压力其实同样也会很大。就我能感。
So I mean, we have all this cipher info, but I wonder like, what does it actually mean for us? Like, if ultimately we can, like, if we're gonna play cipher here a lot, what are we gonna do when Astra does this every round?
无论是 RRQ 还是蒙野的，可能对晒明珠的熟悉度都是很高的。现在洛 King 是想要凭借自己的单兵实力去争取把。I
mean, that fade prowler is pretty big, honestly. It doesn't do it doesn't fully clear, but it feels like enough. And now we got 2 people on this. Like, this is okay. This is gonna be Pro 101. This side of the map is really hard to retake. This side of the map is really easy to retake. So why do teams in these late rounds always play 3 here? Like, I don't really understand that. Maybe it's because it's now easier to hold B with this smoke and stuff, but historically, even with the different change, maybe this is now just way too. Again, playing weak on B and A main control already. Like, so like if RRQ keep playing like this, I want to see just fast. Like none of this scaling up slowly. I want to see just fucking go.
但星坠是有这样的一个特质在，就是虽然你能去做一些单摸或者单走，但是这个英雄的一些对枪的机会是不如像幽影这样的一些多的。对，因为 B 区在。
I'm wondering if art is now. I think art is really important now.
不管是不死鸟的墙还是霓虹的那个墙，然后去完成。
Like, imagine we get someone here and we pressure art.
球烟去隔断。对，星坠也是在这张地图里面可以说是替。
Soft get this early. Put pressure art. And then peel off. It's probably the best way to play against this kind of style, maybe? I don't know. I mean, he probably went home. Like, if you get removed from a team and you move back to Europe, you don't want to stay in. I don't think legally he'd even be allowed to stay in LA, would he?
2v4的残局，黑贝如果是绕过来的杀伤力就不大了，其实时间不太够了。这个 A 包点怎么进都进不来，进不来，而且这个暗兽太老练了。
How does the assistant coach help the head coach? It depends. Like anti-shotting. And then like I would come in and see what they've done and just like ask 100 questions about why they're doing certain things and try and like criticize and give feedback on all the work they've done. So I didn't really make anything in 2024. I was just mostly giving feedback.
所以对他们来说确实是一个考虑的方向啊。然后对面你像比如说有一个
The one thing I did make was a split thing. It was pretty sick, to be honest. I quite liked it. It was like an anti-eco and split that you could also use as like an anti-operator attack default. Because we didn't have a fade or a sky. We had like only the cipher camera as like in the initiator. So like I built this default that was like we used the cipher as our initiator in our round, which was really interesting. So I think Bosa pops off versus C9. I think Alpha will pop off. Breach double Judas, yeah. Why do I want to watch party now? It's not that I specifically want to watch party. It's that I needed to take a break from coaching, and so to fill my time, I need to find stuff that might one day replace coaching, and that's going to be a few different things. But watch partying is the main thing you're going to see. Like the Patreon and the watch party and other things you're gonna mostly see. I think Trace has the better variation here. I like this version better than this version. We're just fighting both sides of the map at once. We just fight 2 here, 2 here. Again, our stars, I don't like our stars, okay? We look at the stars, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4. We don't need to place these stars yet. These stars, we don't need to place them yet. Okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna me and Stig have been talking, right? The marketing of Coach Potatoes has been abysmal by us both. And one thing we agreed on that we'll do is we're gonna sometimes pull up the Coach Potato stuff during streams, right? I think this is an opportunity for me to actually flex the Coach Potatoes playbook a little bit and just show like what kind of because I specifically made this idea with the Astra about how to use stars, and I think it might be worth actually bringing it up. Poor reactive with this stuff, you know. So like I would argue that we should be putting like probably two first layer stars down. Maybe if we're like not comfortable, you could put down one over here. It's like there's an extra one. And then the rest, I think we could just do reactive, right? Like if we know they've got through here, you place a star here. If you know they've got through here, you place the star. If you know the team likes to default towards the middle, then maybe you can pre-place a star here. But ultimately, you should be quick enough to just put a star down if it feels like they're if they start like droning through. Placing these aggressive stars is not like the ranked works differently, right? Because pro play is all about what the fuck's going on there? Like ranked, like nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like if you randomly put a star here right now, nobody's gonna react. If you randomly put a star here at the start of a round, no one's gonna react. So like you can basically, if your team is going aggressive here, and you never place the star, and then you suddenly place the star, in pro play they're gonna be like, well, why the fuck did they put this star here? Whereas in ranked they're gonna be like, oh, they put a star there. You know what I mean? So like it is different between ranked and pro player. Like you need to if you don't do this stuff consistently or like anything aggressive consistently, pro players are just gonna be like, okay, well they're doing something different. Like I'm not gonna just run into something different. You know? So in ranked, don't like be too worried about it. Like you can just put these kind of stars down for ranked, but this ain't ranked. This ain't ranked. Like we don't need to put these stars down at the start of the round, in my opinion.
就算能升级一个枪械，但是 A 小这边 Estrella 是死死的顶住，而且给了这个隔断烟，屏蔽的是枪械。小开过来，封刺飘掉一个，但是库许还是站得住的，拉出来2个人，被库许
and not use them in the first 15 seconds. You're fine.
去做很多的一个建设和追分。哎，有机会。
Oh, he's not looking at. He's looking at his radar. Boaster moment.
而黑贝也已经做好了第2道的一个屏障，但是
The aggressiveness from RRQ is insane, by the way.
默认到一半，主烟没了。
This Astra needs to. Yeah, I don't know. Like I can't. It just looks like RRQ are just so much more confident right now that they're just better.
现在这个4打5唯一的胜算就是锋小开或者小边利用自己即将充能的终极技能去换1到2个，要不然就没。
In rank, nobody cares accurately whenever you do that, and whenever second you do that. Yeah, I mean, I think you're saying yeah here.
尤其是现在同步做不出来的一个情况下，44秒钟的时间，后路已经被看完了，后路有一个夜路的存在，好帽子神经取息 ，Vero 在临死前再定位一个配合，时候快，然后第2天收信息判断完就结束。
Like I have that rule for myself too. It's like if I ever saw like a fake comment about myself, I'd be like, yeah, but like you can't say that. You don't know. You mean?
太疯狂了 ！B 点双突前顶，霓虹送到一个非常归位，然后 A 点4加半线。神鬼不觉拿点你信息， 但你会发现这个时候其实 RRQ 是等你进来的。
宇宙分裂连的角度还不错，留了个小缝，能够让
What the fuck is this?
提前落位。
背闪，在第2时间完成了一个补枪。Jamie King 还打掉了高速移动
I
的
don't
小开，
really know what that
也完
was,
成
to
了一
be
个补
honest.
枪，至少
Was
前
that
点可以安稳的去拿下来，夹击是可以形成的。但是宝典里面还有人 ，RQ 的一个思路就是顶点。
Interesting old idea, I guess. We use the
手里还有一个充电鸡翅，
use it
拉起
here,
一个高速通道
here, and
这
here.
边只连接2个，而 Locking 虽然接掉了蒙叶的，但他接下来要去面对一个1打2的残局，眼里拉出来的 Estrella 来了，前点抛一个夜路闪光帮助小开，2个技能砸下来强控 A 打，但是 RRQ 第2时间他们为我们展示的是直接往 B 包点就给压力，他们能够判断出来 A 区。
Like ultimately, the way we Fnatic, I think in 2024 didn't use the off season in 2023 well enough at all, and so out of the gate we were behind by about a month or 2, in my opinion. Like literally, at least a month worth of time we were behind. So like, it's easy to just go, oh, Elma looks like he's not doing very well, rather than looking at the material, the other material reasons. You know? But it's hard at the time for me to be like, yeah, but we didn't play the off season, because then people are like, well, why did you play the off season? And I gotta flame the management or like the way that we organize the off season. So it's like you can't really win the narratives. You know what I mean? Because then they'd be like, well, why didn't Alba make the team prac in the off season? It's like, oh, I mean, I guess, but it wasn't really his decision too much either. Like, EDG though deserve a break. They have not taken a break for like 5 years. Like I think I would have been done with Valorant about 2 years ago if I had EDG schedule. Like they grind the entire off-season tournaments and then just play VCT. Like it's really not fun. And then I've heard their schedule is like 7. On some level, I'm happy they did so like averagely at the start of the year, because like I'm hoping they take away from it that like even though you do that amount of work, it's not helpful. I also don't know what they're practicing, to be honest. A lot of their stuff is very just like intuitive and like on the fly. It's not like they need to remember protocols in the same way. So I don't like, obviously it's very good to practice no matter what, but I'm not sure what they practice in the same way. I guess just learning like how to synergize off each other a bit more, micro stuff.
B 点走 ，B 点点
大概率落位还是要 A 小夹 A 的，
推一边很聪明，远距离交火谁怕谁？
直接逮掉了你在 B 区的一个断后卫，所以现在 A 小夹 A 已经是板上。
What happened to Chinese teams this off season? I mean, China's just the weakest region right now, right? Like everyone, it's not that much of a surprise, is it? It's fake, like, interesting thing here. We saw a neon wall with a recon, as if like we're going for like a recon wallbang play. Interesting to see that later. So we just leave our Euro on an island, like. I quite like this. I like this from TE. I approve of what we're doing this round. Some pressure here, which makes them go here into our Euro, and then look at our rotation. We actually play 4 this side of the map, and we got full info on A. And ultimately, if they go A is not too like we can stall with Astra and Killjoy, and then flood in on the side of the map that's easy to retake. So I big approve of this. Is the best defense macro mid-round that I've seen on Pro for a little bit. The problem is that it's kind of obvious that they're not here right now, isn't it? And we do have a recon to clear out something. Like maybe we could recon deep somewhere. So like I do think that we could have rotated it back across in time. And now we're in a risky spot where we're trying to flood in with just 2 people. Okay, I like this plant actually. This plant from Astra, but avoids the spam. Very nice. Only possible when you split A, really.
Pharaoh 好像是漏了声音的，但是 Rocking 没有拉过。第二时间，直接是大招被风风给狙下来。Pharaoh 的位置也是一个名牌，虽然他
it's kind of planted for.
慢慢硬蹭了血量。
Oh God.
哇，这是一个什么状态？风风蹲拉是被逮到了，2v2了。
This is the problem with saying stuff is nice, is that people then play out the nice situations poorly, and then you look like a noob for calling something nice. So, the way that most teams would have played this defensively would be to just like start rotating off, like go 1-1, 1-2 or something. Instead, our poor Killjoy's by herself at A, and we've just given up everything on A to the point where they've won a post plant with a lurk. Like, we've not even maintained control of the connector, which is a problem. You're watching the map, watch the whole game. I mean, this is an analysis stream. If you want me to watch not the map, then you should watch a different stream. Because I'm not going to be watching the game anywhere near as much as the map. Like, there's a reason why I won a couple of trophies. Is because this is more important to talk about.
其实任务已经完成了，队友的回防速度很快。
对，拖到了一定队友的一个回防。要不是
I've never watched a game like I've never WOD reviewed a game watching this. Like I've never watched this. This is where it all happens. If you don't find that interesting, then you should just go. Like I'm not offended. Like you just, I'm not the streamer for you.
都在守家，
要打回防了，直接打回防。哦，但是蒙姐这边倒滑之后配合队友给黑白的压力，架不住枪。时间 ，Pharaoh 又从后翼杀出。
I generally don't find micro that interesting either.
那只剩小开，只剩
like how players are aiming and swinging off each other. To me, like it's not that interesting to me.
这11分好像来的比我们想象当中会轻松的更多，而且。但是现在对于小编来说，还有一个1-3的残局。
他其实是想要去尝试一波的，但是如芒刺背。背后
Is it possible to watch your role from the minimap too? Yes. I think that until we have demos, because we don't have demos, you are pretty right now. So we're going for like a fast. This is just a set strat. Going for a fast thing. Where's our TP? Number 1. Where's our TP? We have forgotten to put down our TP. So I guess rule 1 is we don't forget to put down our fucking TP. We're learning that we are the rotator on the map towards B. Like when we do help the A player out. Oh, interesting flood in from the Euro actually. Okay, interesting. So one play that you can do is you TP here, you put your next TP out, and like if you get a timing, just run out of your smoke. Is apparently something that is actually maybe viable in situations. And then if you get caught, you just TP off again, which is kind of interesting. I think they did have some kind of smoke here for him to come out of though, that meant that that was viable. But one of the big things you have to think about, right, is that you can't just watch this portion if you immediately TP, right? Yeah, and then we're gonna go middle this time because of this pressure, I think. So like, if you think about last round, we didn't do this shit. We were doing this, right? Because we heard this. So like the rotation pathing is different. So he's rotating. Like, why are we rotating this way this time? We have to think about it. We have to look at the map. Like, you're looking at this part of the screen is doing nothing for us right now. Everything is happening here. Interesting that he went for a push through middle just to re-clear. And what does that mean? It means that we actually get a free flank on this space because everyone expects this. So like a ballsy play to go through here. But again, like something where like the more you watch, the more little things you might learn that, like, oh, maybe there is a play through here sometimes to push out from in the context that they've gone A heavy.
现在黑贝只能先去拆这个爆能器，他后路放了一个少年爆台，但是 King 终结了比赛。
Okay, really easy game from RRQ, to be honest. I expected that to be a lot closer.